Hey guys, this is Lazystone here, and today I'm going to be talking about a certain theory about Rick and Morty. Now, I made this theory up. I don't think anybody did it yet, but if they did, let me know and put it in the comment section. Maybe we could have a little conversation about it. So today I'm going to be talking about Rick and Morty and the simple Rick's theory that I've created on my own, and I really want you to have feedback. So hopefully you guys would put something in the comment section. And yeah, just tell me what you guys think. I was a little bit busy for the last 3 months. I apologize for that. I mean, it was Christmas and everything, so happy holidays and all that. You know, new year, new me, 2019. Let's do this. All right, so today we're going to be talking about Rick and Morty. Dan Hartman's Rick and Morty is an American adult animated sci-fi comedy that aired on Adult Swim since December 2nd, 2013. And is still present due to the amount of support from its enormous fan base. Heck, even I'm a fan of sci-fi comedy when it's done right, obviously, because we had a new sci-fi comedy and I don't like it so far, but I do like Final Space. Final Space is kind of cool. I can't wait for the next season. It's really awesome. Really good work actually done by Owen Rogers. What was it? Rogers? Wait, hold on one second. Oh, wait, it's Olin Rogers. Okay, so it's not Owen Rogers, it's Olin Rogers. Right, so he's been doing a good job with his show. I don't know where he gets this idea from, but it's definitely unique and it's done right. Sci-fi comedy at its best. But anyways, given the fact that Rick and Morty has been doing well after their third season, there is no wonder why fans want more from the show. So that's why I wanted to go back and analyze the show's recent episodes on a very controversial topic about the Citadel of Ricks. And I'm not talking about the episode where Rick literally ricking up stuff up by murdering the council in the third season, but when there was an episode about living in the Citadel. On the 7th episode of the series, we see that C-137 Rick and Morty were off to bang some mermaids, and the Ricks and Mortys on the Citadel were trying to elect a new president to lead the Citadel. Now, I know I screwed that up, but yeah, they were looking for a either new Rick or Morty this time, because there's one Morty who wants to actually make a chance, make a new revolution. I believe that's what he wanted to do. Don't know how he's gonna do it, but he did it. Spoiler alert. I should have said that a long time ago in this video. Alright, so, and on the very first scene in the Citadel, we see the common Ricks going to work, but we see a certain Rick that seems to be unsatisfied with his work life. As we see him glaring at the wealthy Rick eating shrimp and sipping his drink. Wait a minute. Wasn't there a wealthy Rick that was mentioned before this episode was even aired? No, bear with me here. I remember that our Rick C-137 had said this before when dropping off a Jerry to Jerry Paris, where Rick mentioned that there's another version of himself who invented that program. He actually said that he wishes that he was that version who invented that Jerry Paris because he was very rich. So I'm guessing that there's Ricks outside of the universe who brings their Jerrys into this Jerry Paris and actually spend actual money. Wow. So anyways, he's right there on the episode, just so you guys would understand that when it comes to a Citadel being controlled by Ricks, the wealthy Ricks seem to have a way to dominate on what they do, especially if it makes them rich. So think about it this way, right? Rick is smart enough to be in charge of his own goddamn self. How the hell does he get controlled by a Citadel of Ricks? You feel me? So I'm guessing that there was a band of Ricks at some point. They worked together. I mean, maybe it might be in the intro. I mean, I was speculating that maybe the Ricks worked together at some point. Next thing you know, they just didn't want to talk to each other at some point, and that's what drove Rick to kill them off, because all they want to do is kill him before he kills them. So yeah, any Rick who's able to kill themselves basically on television in the first episode of season 3 is clearly a badass, because he doesn't want to be part of the Citadel and he can wreck that Citadel any freaking time he wants. So anyways, I digress. But my focus is on a certain aspect of the show, a certain product that may be the leading cause of Ricks accepting their fate in the industrial society that is the Citadel of Ricks and Mortys. Well, yeah, I guess I could call it that. Working small wage jobs compared to other Ricks who have already made a success of their own inventions. It just so happens that their product was probably the best, greatest invention created by a Rick yet. I am talking about, of course, is the Simple Ricks wafer bars. This is my Rick and Morty theory on Simple Ricks. So now, before you go to another video, I'm trying to say that this can be the reason why Ricks are actually surrendering themselves to the Citadel. I mean, it's kind of obvious. I mean, let's think about it here. They are in a Citadel, and Rick is a badass. He's basically a rebel to any government he's surrendering himself to. He would beat the hell out of anybody. Why is he like submitting himself? Like, think about it. He's in the submissive. There are in the submissive freaking nature of just working low class jobs, minimum wage. What does that even mean? I mean, we see that evil Morty from that episode, from the episode on episode 7, said that I see Ricks working low minimum wage jobs with higher IQs. So that doesn't make any sense at all. So they should be doing something a little bit better, a little bit more successful, but yet they're working just like modern Americans. That is so stereotypical, and yet such a dick move from a certain type of Rick. Wow. Now, I want you guys to think, the viewers watching this video right now, think about it this way. We have Dan Hartman, who puts this show as a display of constant possibilities, how human life is just, well, meaningless in a certain way, in Rick's words in general, because his life has been hell. And Jesus, I mean, just look at his skin. I mean, it's gray. I mean, he's been through some crap. I mean, it just looks like that. But anyways, let me not digress. Think about it this way. Dan Hartman created this show to show the weirdness and the possibilities of anything happening in a certain episode. Let's just say this. I mean, what do we know about Dan Hartman? We know that he's a friend of Alex Hirsch. And who is Alex Hirsch, you might ask? Well, Alex Hirsch is the creator of Gravity Falls. So, Alex Hirsch, if you haven't known this by now, likes to hide Easter eggs. And both of them actually work together at putting an episode that one of the coffee mugs, the pen, the notepad from an episode on Gravity Falls where Uncle Stan was trying to create the portal to rescue his brother Stanford from the universe of endangerment, I guess I could call that. Yeah, when it was being sucked in, it got sucked into another hole. I guess it got basically pushed out of another dimension, and we could see that in an episode where actually, yeah, it actually had something to do with the Citadel of Ricks. As now I think about it, it actually had 3 items that were pushed out, and they were doing the chase scene where these Citadel of Ricks soldiers were looking for Rick. So yeah, they were basically trying to arrest Rick, try to put him to death, or like do something crazy with him, I guess, because he was off killing other Ricks. So I thought long and hard about the reason why Ricks would create this snack, this basic form of snack, which Rick tends to eat at some point. I mean, I think he craves it. I think that's the reason why he eats the wafer bars so many times, and I think it's like an everyday consumption item for him. So, aren't Ricks smart enough to create their own bars? I mean, don't they all have daughters of their own? I mean, what I'm saying here is that it's Simple Ricks are meant to make Ricks in the Citadel Simple Ricks. Remember that C-137 is not an average Rick, but he keeps putting it out there to convince the Council of the Citadel that he is the rickiest Rick of them all, and that he would not join the Citadel because they formed a government, something Rick despises the most. Because we know that Rick gets into some illegal stuff. Just look at his record. Try to disprove me. Anyways, the fact that the wafer bars are not only created by a factory, but the whole get-rich scheme behind it must be a simple formula concept that made Ricks turn completely normal instead of unique. Remember when Rick J22 was destined for greatness in hopes of getting a promotion, but another Rick was given the position, given that he did not gain the experience, and because of his persona, he believes he should take over. Rick J22 felt even more depressed, and when the episode escalated to the point where Rick goes berserk and shoots the current manager, killing him instantly, then running to the room where the simple Rick subject is being used for production, J22 puts out that Ricks were once unique until they stripped everything off from them and they were once known for. Can this possibly mean that due to the fact that one form of a government was obviously guided by a team of Ricks or by one Rick? So generally speaking, one Rick was able to outsmart a whole Citadel of Ricks. I was about to say a dimension, but there's only one in each dimension. So that says a lot, actually. I mean, think about it this way. I mean, if one Rick gets outsmarted by another, it might be a chance that that Rick might have been able to, you know, control a whole entire army of Ricks to possibly take over the universe, or I don't know, probably live a normal modern life where Ricks are just a different being from just being human and from being immortal, I guess. I mean, there's probably some type of in-between line. I don't know where to go with this. But anyways, think about the name of the product though. Simple, and the name after it, Ricks. That's a weird yet subliminal message coming from a subliminal commercial aired for one reason only, to keep Ricks in a constant loop of taking different roles in the Citadel. That means no matter how much of a Rick you once were in the past, each Rick is easily being mind controlled by consuming the wafer bars. Still not convinced? Well, let's go back to an early episode where Rick was eating a wafer bar from the kitchen. I don't know why, but it puzzles me to see Rick eat a snack that is exactly the same as the one in season 3, where Rick consumes another wafer bar like it's his favorite snack. And if it wasn't, why would they even talk about it in the Rick Lantis mix-up? This shows how clever version of a Rick can be, how they can manipulate a whole Citadel of Ricks from the start. But who's the mastermind behind this brainwashing method? Well, it could be Rick D. Sanchez III, but he might be the Rick who controls the Citadel, as he is one of the several leaders of the Citadel. But of course, his fortune comes to an end when evil Morty destroys the Citadel of Rick by using other Ricks and Mortys to kill the leaders and leave him as the main controller of the Citadel. No matter how you see it, the Citadel of Ricks was completely corrupt, and the only way Rick or a team of Rick were able to manipulate the rest of the Ricks by one simple product. That product would be Simple Ricks. It was created from brain juice that was put into a wafer bar, and that substance can actually control a Rick. Now, I don't remember any certain type of drug that could be able to control your mind into just dumbing down besides, well, I guess marijuana. But anyways, yeah, Ricks literally being controlled by a team of Ricks or a certain Rick, or it could be probably evil Morty. Who knows? It's so mind-boggling to know that there is somebody out there who's trying to control a whole Citadel of their own versions of themselves. And for some reason, we will never get that answer, since, you know, the main leader who created the wafer bars is now dead. Maybe there could be some type of backtrack episode, maybe a filler that explains all this, because I really want to know, how did Simple Ricks became a everyday snack for Rick, and how is it being controlling substance that moves the Citadel at some point? Because there is no way Ricks could just be enslaved to a Citadel that is just made to, well, I don't even get the point. That's the thing. It's like Rick is being controversial to himself. It's like he's trying to he's convoluting his own methods and statements, saying that life is just meaningless and that we should just go out and do the best. But really, there's a bunch of his own kind in a Citadel literally being enslaved into low minimum wage jobs. It just doesn't make any sense. So anyways, I want to know from you guys, what do you think? Do you think that simple Ricks are controlled substances created by a Rick or a team of Ricks? Or is it the subliminal message from the commercial just there for show? And again, just like Alex Hirsch from Gravity Falls, Dan Harmon, a good friend of his, made an Easter egg that connected the dots when it came to explaining how their universes might be, somewhat interconnected. I don't know what the word to say, interlocked. Anyways, who knows? Maybe the hidden theories, just like the one I might be talking about right now, is somewhat greenlit. But either way, this simple Ricks theory is just to say that Ricks might be controlled, and who knows? Maybe there's something behind it that we don't know, and that we might have to bring up to date, since it's been a while, and it's been like a year since we've seen a new season of Rick and Morty. But hopefully they get to show some light on this theory, or not. I don't care. I really want to know why this product even exists, and why the Citadel even has a Rick controlling, or Ricks controlling, a whole entire version of a Citadel of Ricks. I just don't understand. So anyways, thank you for watching. Leave a comment again, and leave a like, and if you have an opinion, I want to hear from you guys. I really want to know. Thank you. Have a good one. Damn.